Good morning, Mr. Lukather. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you, my friend?
I'm also good, thank you. So, 9 years later, you're coming back. I want to ask you if you remember, because we have priceless memories from your last play in Belgrade. It was great.
Well, it's going to be even better this time, my friend.
Just wanted to ask you what the audience over here could expect this time.
Well, we're going to be playing, obviously, the big hits and everything people want to hear. And then we have a new album out, Toto 14. We're going to do a few tracks off that. And we also have 14 albums of deep cuts we're going to play, fan favorites, that we, a lot of the people on, before we put the set list together, we asked all of our fans on Facebook, what else do you want to hear besides the obvious stuff, So we listened to them, and we put together a really great 2-hour show, plus sometimes, depending on where we are and what we're allowed to play. And the band has never sounded better. We got these real cool lights that were designed by Mark Brickman, who did The Wall for Roger Waters and Springsteen and stuff. And we're in really great shape. I mean, everybody, there's 5 of us back from the original albums on stage, and it's all my old friends, and the band has never played better. I mean, it's really having a blast. It's been a huge success all over, everywhere we go. Great reviews. The fans are freaking out and sing along to every song. We had a surprisingly young audience, really. And we're just enjoying the ride, man. The new album has done really, really well for us, and people are loving the new songs. So it's a really great, balanced show. I mean, what can I say? We're very proud of what we're putting together, and we can't wait to show it to you guys.
So you will promote new album, but that also will be a slight walk through the whole Toto career.
Yeah, we play stuff from this first album on. We're playing songs off every single record.
I know that you've been busy this year. After Toto's World Tour, you will continue Toto and Yes Summer Tour, and after that you will play with Ringo Starr and his all-star band until the end of October, if I'm right.
Yeah, till November 1st, man. Ringo's a dear friend of mine. I love him so much. I love everybody in the band. And we worked on a new album with him, and it's to be part of that history. I mean, I just get texts from him the other day. We stay in touch. These last 3 years have been some of the most fun of my life. I mean, I'm a very busy man. I jumped to Toto. I jumped to Ringo. I just did a tour in Japan with Larry Carlton. We have a DVD coming out at the end of the year. There may be some work next year with that. So, I'm really happy playing music, and everything's great, Miss my kids, but...
Is it hard to be on the road for more than 5 months in a row?
I do about 186 days last year. I'll do 200 this year.
Oh, great.
It's crazy, I know, but I mean, I get to go home now and then, and thanks God for Skype and FaceTime. I get to see my little kids all the time, my big kids too, but I got 4 kids, ranging from 30 years old to 4, so.
Every couple of years, 3 years exactly, you've got solo albums also. Does it mean that next year we could expect your new solo album?
I don't know, man. I'm right in the middle of all this. You're asking me. I think I'll do another one down the line, but I really think at this point, I'm right now it's Toto and a little bit of Ringo, and next year will be the same. Maybe at the end of that, I'll find some time to throw in a fun little, maybe do. These days, is the album dead? I don't know, man. Maybe it's EPs now. Maybe you do 3 or 4 tracks and you go on the road. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going to happen. We'll see. I'm definitely going to make new music at some point.
What about your actual equipment? Do you have some new guitars to show us in Belgrade this time?
I have a new Music Man L3, which I'm very excited about. It's the BFR version. But, it's basically a takeoff on what we've been doing with the DiMarzio pickups and all this stuff. So I have a beautiful blueberry sunburst with a mahogany top and all this stuff, and so you'll see it. I got all these guitars out here. It's all great fun.
You are well known as a great studio and session musician, so I must ask you, can you name some of your fellow musicians that you especially like to play with beside Toto?
Oh, man, I mean, that's a long list, man. I mean, I've gotten to play with some of the most fantastic musicians in the world since I was a kid. I can't say I have a favorite. I'd say that, everybody you've ever heard of that I've had a chance to work with are all world-class musicians, and it was a great honor to share time with them, making records and or jamming live, whatever we happen to do. You know all the names. Come on, man. They're all my friends. I've learned from them.
Well, I read somewhere that you said sometimes that Jeff Beck is your favorite guitar player.
Man, he makes a guitar sing, man. What can I say? it touches my heart. But there's a lot of musicians that touch my heart. I mean, Larry Carlton was a big influence on me. I love all the studio guys. You know, Lee Ritenour, Dean Parks, my childhood friend Michael Landau. You know, I mean, the list is long. Dave Gilmour. Obviously, you know, my first guitar hero was George Harrison, and he became a friend and influenced me to play the music that I play today. So I mean, I could go on and on. Depends on what style of music you want to talk about. I mean, I love it all.
Toto exists for almost 40 years.
Well, if you count high school, 43 years.
What was the secret that kept you together all those years?
I think it's a deep friendship and love and respect that we have. I mean, we're the only guys that have gone through what we have. I mean, if you really look at it, there's not another band in history that has our credits. I mean, you know, first off, we have this band, Toto, and that's done really well. We've sold 35 million plus records and been touring for all these years. But if you take that aside and you look at our collective session work, I mean, you're looking at like 5,000 albums and 225 Grammy nominations and, you know, for every major artist in every style of music in history. And nobody really talks about that. They just go, oh, those Toto guys. Yeah, but if you look at our CV, it's called, collectively with all of us in the G, if you just throw that in a big pile, I don't think any other band in history has done that. You know, we never really thought about it until somebody pointed it out to us, and we went, "Wow, really? We did all that?"
Impressive career.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've had a very interesting life, and no matter what anybody says, I've had an amazing time, and it's been a great joy for me.
We are looking forward to see you over here. Thank you, Mr. Lukather. Have a nice day.
You too, my friend. I look forward to see you too, man. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Good